The Lost Letter. Chapter 1. The Discovery. Lily loved exploring her grandmother's attic. Dust motes danced in the slivers of sunlight that pierced the gloom. Today, she was on a mission, to find her grandmother's old photo albums. Grandma Rose had passed away last year, and Lily missed her terribly. She hoped the photos would bring back happy memories. Instead of albums, Lily found a small, wooden box tucked away in a shadowy corner. It was old, its paint chipped and faded. Inside, nestled amongst yellowed lace and dried flowers, was a single letter. It was addressed to "My dearest Eliza," in elegant, spidery handwriting. The date, 1945, was stamped in the corner. This was no ordinary letter. It felt significant, imbued with a silent story waiting to be told. Lily carefully unfolded the brittle paper. The ink was still dark, surprisingly, though the edges were frayed. She started to read. Chapter 2. Eliza's Story. My dearest Eliza, the letter began, I write to you from a place far removed from our carefree days in the village. The war rages on, and every day is a struggle for survival. But even here, amidst the chaos, my thoughts are always with you. The letter went on to describe a life Lily had never known, a life filled with hardship but also with unwavering love and hope. Eliza's life had been one of quiet simplicity before the war, but this letter painted a picture of a world transformed by conflict. The writer, who signed himself simply as Thomas, described the harsh realities of life in a war-torn country, the constant fear, the lack of food, and the ever-present threat of danger. Yet, through it all, his love for Eliza shone through, a beacon in the darkness. Chapter 3. A Name and a Place. The letter mentioned a small village named Oakhaven, a place Lily had never heard of. It was described as being near a river, with a distinctive old oak tree at its center. There was mention of a specific field where Eliza and Thomas used to meet, a field filled with wildflowers. The letter also mentioned a particular type of wildflower, a rare bluebell that only grew in that region. Chapter 4. The Search Begins. Intrigued, Lily decided to investigate. She showed the letter to her father, who was a history enthusiast. He was as captivated by the letter as she was. Together, they started their search for Oakhaven. Using old maps and historical records, they slowly pieced together clues from the letter. The details were scant, but they managed to pinpoint a likely location, a small, almost forgotten village nestled beside a river, far from their hometown. Chapter 5. Oakhaven. The journey to Oakhaven was long and arduous. Lily and her father drove for hours, navigating winding roads and following a trail of faded memories. Finally, they arrived at the village. It was small and quiet, seemingly untouched by time. The houses were old, some crumbling, but they possessed a certain charm. The village was much as Thomas had described it, with an ancient oak tree dominating the village square. Chapter 6. The Bluebells. Their search for the field mentioned in the letter led them to a secluded area just outside the village. And there, in the late afternoon sun, they found it. A field of wildflowers, among them, a cluster of rare bluebells, exactly as described in the letter. A wave of emotion washed over Lily. She felt a profound connection to the past, to the love story unfolding before her eyes. Chapter 7. Meeting Mrs. Albright. Near the field, they came across an elderly woman tending her garden. She introduced herself as Mrs. Albright. She was frail but sharp-witted. Upon seeing the letter, her eyes widened. She recognized the handwriting immediately. Thomas, she whispered, her voice filled with a lifetime of memories. Mrs. Albright turned out to be Eliza's niece. Chapter 8. Unraveling the Mystery. Mrs. Albright revealed the rest of the story. Eliza never received the letter. Thomas had been killed in action just weeks after writing it. The letter had been lost, hidden away in a soldier's effects, only to resurface decades later. Eliza lived a long life, never knowing of Thomas's last words, his unwavering love. She had always cherished the memory of him, his absence a constant ache in her heart. Chapter 9. A Legacy of Love. Lily spent hours with Mrs. Albright, listening to stories of Eliza and Thomas, of their love story that had spanned a lifetime, even across the chasm of war and loss. The letter was more than just words on paper, it was a testament to enduring love, a legacy that had crossed generations. It was a reminder of a time long past, yet resonating strongly in the present. Chapter 10. Closure. Lily and her father returned home, their hearts full of a newfound appreciation for the past and the strength of the human spirit. The lost letter had been found, its story finally told. It had brought closure not only to the mystery of Thomas and Eliza but also to Lily's own yearning for connection to her grandmother, who, it turned out, had known about the letter and carefully preserved it, waiting for the right moment for its story to be revealed. Chapter 11. The Family History. The discovery of the letter sparked an interest in family history. Lily and her father began researching their family tree, uncovering fascinating stories and connections they never knew existed. They learned more about their grandmother's life, her resilience, and her quiet strength. The letter had opened a door to the past, a door that led to a richer understanding of their family history and the lives of those who came before them. Chapter 12. Preserving the Past. Lily decided to preserve the letter for future generations. She had it carefully framed and placed in a prominent spot in her home, a constant reminder of the power of love and the importance of preserving family history. The letter wasn't just a piece of paper, it was a tangible link to the past, a symbol of enduring love, courage, and hope. It was a legacy she would always cherish. Chapter 13. Sharing the story. Lily decided to share the story of the lost letter with others. She wrote an article about it for her local newspaper, and the story quickly went viral. People from all over the world were moved by the story of Thomas and Eliza's love, and many shared their own family stories and histories. Lily realized that the letter's impact extended far beyond her family. It was a universal tale of love, loss, and the enduring power of the human spirit. Chapter 14. A New Beginning. The discovery of the lost letter had marked a turning point in Lily's life. It had not only deepened her understanding of her family history, but it had also inspired her to pursue her passion for history and storytelling. She enrolled in college to study history, hoping to one day preserve and share the stories of others. The lost letter had been a catalyst for a new beginning, a new chapter in her own life, inspired by the legacy of love and resilience it represented. Chapter 15. The legacy continues. Years later, Lily, now a successful historian, continued to research and share stories of the past. She had built a museum dedicated to preserving local history, and a special exhibit showcased the love story of Thomas and Eliza, a testament to the power of one lost letter. The letter itself remained the centerpiece of the exhibit, a symbol of the enduring human spirit, reminding visitors that even in the darkest of times, love and hope can prevail. The legacy of the lost letter continued, inspiring generations to come to explore their own pasts and cherish the stories that connect us all. It served as a reminder that even the smallest of objects can hold the greatest of stories. The stories of the past are waiting to be discovered, waiting to be told, waiting to connect us all. And Lily, inspired by the lost letter, was determined to help tell those stories. Her work was a continuation of the legacy of Thomas and Eliza, a tribute to a love that transcended time.